Good morning, good afternoon in distorted time zones. You're welcome one more time to the Violence Space. Woo! Another Thursday space filled with a whole lot of dramas, a whole lot of stories, so many talking points, so many things to discuss today. This is going to be, I dare say, I prophesy one of our best pieces ever. Let me speak it because I feel it deep inside me because there are so many things that I want to say. There are so many things I have always wanted to speak about. And I think today is that day I will speak about those things. And with this one more time, I welcome you all one more time to the Violence Space, your official number one Twitter space in Nigeria. We are cruising. We are getting stronger every day. Guys, please, thank you to our first responders. As I always say, you guys are amazing. You know, when we open this church of violence, you guys are the ones that always come, sweep the church, clean the chairs, clean the tables, arrange the altar where we come in and come and preside over everything and make sure everything is going well. I appreciate every one of you. You guys are the reason why we open these spaces. You guys are the reason why we come out here and do what we are doing. Thank you to every one of you, every single one of you. I can't call your names, but you see yourselves, you know yourselves. All of you that even before the space starts, I don't they wait for front of church, they knock door. Open, open, open. Thank you very much. Guys, as I always do on the platform, I take this first minutes to sell our product, to reach out to our parishioners, our church members, and solicit one more time for you guys to retweet the space, share the space. I see over 71 of you have retweeted the space already. Please share the space, like the space, invite people into the building, let them know that the number one space on Twitter is up and running, and we are about to go ham. We're about to go down into the rabbit hole that so many people have been avoiding for a very long time. We are there today and we're discussing important issues that has to do with nation building. Guys, I am so grateful. Thank you to my brothers N6. Otumba Zos is back from vacation. Welcome back, Zos. Jimmy Fellow Boy is going to come back. All our regulars, I see you guys. Thank you so much for always coming out, taking out your time to do this for us. At times, I'm like, I know how much of my schedule has been fucked up, and I don't understand how much of my brother's schedules are also fucked up. You know, we have to adjust to come out here to do what we have to do. But I say this all the time. I say this movement is per head. It is per head. You know, so even while I'm thinking, I say, I know how important it is for every one of us that come out here every day. We come out here. I know how important it is. I know the time invested in this movement. I know the sacrifices behind the scene these guys put up here. So I don't even look at my side. I say thank you so much, my brothers. Thank you, because you guys understand that this battle was never just going to end on election day. It was meant to be after elections, the battle continues. Thank you very much for sticking and coming out here. I honestly deeply appreciate you guys' presence here. Thank you so much. Guys, before we jump into the crux of the day's discussion, I want to say something. Please, let me sell our market one more time. If you know people that are not on Twitter, that use YouTube, that use Facebook, that are on WhatsApp, please copy the link of this space, or sorry, copy the link of our radio station and post it to them, and they can join us on low data. These conversations are conversations that every Nigerian should listen to. Every Nigerian should be able to be on this platform. One more time, I want to use, before I start, let me tell you a story. A friend of mine called me yesterday and he was telling me, he said he's in the States, and he called me and said, Saddam, you don't understand that my mom is always on violence space. I say, how? That his mom in Nigeria, that she will call me and say, there's another meeting. Go and join meeting. She's the one that's calling him to join this to come on violence space. And it was like, guy, you don't understand how far you guys have gone and what you guys are doing. I hear a whole lot of testimonies every day, and the amount of work we put in here, and the age demographic we have on this platform is amazing. We have the boomers, we have the millennials, we have the Gen Zs, we have all sorts of people on this platform, apart from underage. So I am so happy seeing that Nigerians are finally coming together across all divides. Christians, Muslims, Southerners, Northerners, Middle Belters are all coming together under one umbrella to say enough is enough. We are taking back our country. I'm going to start my submission with saying something here. You know, if you grew up in the north, if you're from the south, you grew up in the north, or I dare say, because there's a reawakening happening right now, the middle belt. I grew up in the Middle Belt, where they call North Central today. And when I was growing up, it was Middle Belt. You know, there's this effect that has to do with when you name something and it sticks. If you guys remember, let me use myself as an example now. When I started this platform, my first handle was Night Saddam. I remember when everybody come on this platform, they say, "Hi, Night, this night, that night went down." I started with Prophet. I know people, when you come up here, you call me Prophet. I go into Professor, and I'm now an Emir. I'm going to call it Emir. So there's this power that comes with naming something. Subconsciously, it sticks. Subconsciously, a name that you attribute to someone or to a region, in a very short period of time, it sticks. So I know growing up, I know how much when I was growing up in Plateau State, how much my Plateau brothers then abhor being referred to as North. I know how much they did not want to be called Northerners. And I'm wondering, but you see, because then they tag us, then they were just changing from Gongola State to Adamawa to Taraba. The military was still breaking up all those stuff, trying to fix up and rename names, changing names and all those stuff. So it was subconsciously over time, the names started to stick. And here we are today. We say there's a North Central, and the people are coming and say that no, that we are the Middle Belt. And I understand that, because for me, growing up in the North, I cannot even take it out of my mouth because it have come to stick that I grew up in the North, yeah? But I want you guys to understand something. I'm saying this because of how diverse Nigeria is. We have never spoken of how diverse we are as a people. We have always focused on the three major ethnic groups: the Hausas, the Yorubas, and the Igbos. We have forgotten that we have over 250 more ethnic groups and close and 500 different tribes. 500 different languages are spoken in that country. On the plateau that I grew up in, there are like 54 different languages. As in, if a Biroman is speaking, a Tiv man will not know what a Biroman is speaking. He's saying. A Bagavu man will not know what an Angas man is saying. Every one of them distinct languages, as in the Biroman names are the names of the Birom people sound like Chinese. Feng, Weng. In fact, we used to laugh at them growing up, like when they give birth to a Birom child, they will just carry they'll carry iron spoon and heat iron plate. Whatever sound it comes out with, that's the name they give to the child. Weng, Peng, Cheng. They just answer names like Chinese. And this is a very, very these people have done that I think they are the major tribes on the plateau. And I grew up knowing these people as Biroms. But when you come into the country, and all of a sudden I left the Middle Belt, went to school in the Southeast, and anytime I come to the Southeast, people they're always referring me as that northern boy. And I'm like, no. I'm not from the north. I'm not. Plateau is different. They say all of you people are the same thing. I think there's a very, very big re-education that is going on through this period for Nigerians to know. Because I have spoken to so many people and they say, Saddam, I never knew that Plateau have up to 54 tribes. I never knew that the North was this diversified. I never knew that we had different languages in the North or across the country. And I now come down and I told my friend, I said, even we that were from the South, especially from the South and the Southeast, we are all referred to as Nyamri. If you grow up in the North, you understand what I'm saying. Whether you're from Edo, whether you're from Akwa Ibom, whether you're from Cross River, whether you're from Bayelsa, whether you're from Rivers, whether you speak Igbo or not, but you're from the South, the whole North refers to all of us as Inyamris, as Igbos. So you can see that there's a systemic play in the Nigerian system to totally shut down the voices of minority tribes across all divides. It's not just in the North, but in the South and in the North. So you now see that like what happened in Lagos. You saw what happened in Lagos. Even our people from the South side were termed Omoibo. It is exactly the same thing across Nigeria. They have found a systemic way to suppress the voices of this demographic of people, which is very, 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 very bad. And I'm so happy that at the point in time right now, These people are coming out, they are speaking up for themselves. And I want us as a people, one thing I always love to do is to learn, to relearn, to unlearn. As a human being, you must be willing and able to learn, to relearn, and to unlearn some things that you have always taught. And that is why we grow as a people and as a community. And so therefore, with this platform today, I am opening up the platform today, trying to make you guys, especially people in the south understand how, because many people say, no, Saddam, don't put your mouth in this discussion. You should not allow it. It should be a northern discussion. I said, no. If you make it look like a northern discussion, it's just like when this terrorist, Simon Ekpa, comes out and say, Biafra. And in your Biafra map, you're bringing in River State, you're bringing in Edo State, you're bringing in Bayelsa, you're bringing in Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and they're telling you that we're not Igbos. Why are you putting me in your country? I have a voice too. I have a tribe too. Please take me out of your this thing. Let me fight my war. They have their own tribes. And if I cannot condone a Simon Ekpa trying to bring in people that do not want to be with you, in a supposed nation you want to be, I should also be able to stand and say, when the Middle Belters are saying, no, I am not Hausa. It is not a crime. Please, and I'm saying this here for people to understand this. It is not a crime. Middle Belt is made up of Christians and Muslims, Middle Belters. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with religion. Middle Belters, we have Christians in Plateau State, we have Muslims in Plateau State, we have Christians in Benue, Muslims in Benue, Christians in Nasarawa, Muslims in Nasarawa. It is scattered like that. But in these two religions, we have people that are original settlers, dwellers, indigenes of these states that are not Hausas or Hausa Fulani, as the case may be. So if you rope all of them together under one name or one tag, you need to unlearn that. They are different people. And when you see them speaking out, all you can do is to give them a voice, let them speak, let them address themselves, let these people be heard also. Because for God, I will always say this, and I say this all the time. The greatest gift Peter Obi has done for me as a person is waking me up to understand that if Nigeria does not work for everybody, it has no business working for anybody. Gone are those days when Nigeria will work for only some selected people. For some families, for some friends, for some clans, for some tribes. In 500 tribes in the country, Nigeria is working for only 2 tribes, or 3 tribes, or 4 tribes, or 5 tribes, as the case may be. Then you leave 495 tribes. They can't talk, they can't speak. If they open their mouth and speak, you label them names. You call them names. You call them minority. Every freaking vote in Nigeria counts. Every region in Nigeria counts going forward. If Nigeria works for Mr. A, it should work for Mr. Z. If your tribe is made of only 10,000 people, you matter. So please, my people, I think this season, the awakening of the Middle Belt is one very important awakening that is going on right now around Nigeria. And all we can do is to support them, give them a platform to speak. And I'm saying this for all our Middle Belters on the platform. Please, the space is yours today. You can always come up, discuss, tell us, share your feelings, share how you feel, because I want to understand how you guys have felt all through this period. Because most times, I was having this argument with the friend. She said, Saddam, she said, sometimes you don't care about, you don't see what they're doing to the Igbos. And I start laughing. I say, if you understand what Nigeria is doing to the Igbos, it's just like, you can even talk. As an Igbo man or a Igbo woman, you can even talk. You can even scream your fears. Do you know what Nigeria has been doing to the Biro man? Do you know what Nigeria has been doing to the thief man? To the Angas man? Do you know what Nigeria has been doing to the Tarok man? The man from Taraba. Do you know what Nigeria been doing to all those ethnic, all those little tribes that do not have prominent people to speak up for? Ask yourself this question, my people. So in the quest for our chasing our own selves, we don't lose our humanity. Well, that's that for that. I'm just so happy with the whole awakening. Please, my middle belt brothers and sisters, please feel free today. I want you to come and share your story for them, just understand where you're coming from. Be bold, be proud, stand up, speak up, let the world hear you. If the middle belters had never stood up to speak now, God knows I wouldn't have been talking safe. Because for me, I've been wanting to talk about this thing for a very long period of time. I'm like, you cannot cry more than they bereaved. You cannot cry more than they bereaved. If they bereaved is not complaining about it, why should you complain? But right now that I can see and I can feel the bereaved are crying, all I can do as a person is to amplify their voice, give them a platform to speak if they feel like speaking about it. If not, bye, hour. We keep on going. All right, guys. Thank you very much one more time for sticking with us on the violence space. That's that for that. I just want to draw your attention, Nigerians. It is very, 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 very important. Let me first of all post what I have to post first, then I'll come to this. Okay, guys. All right, guys, please on the Jumbotron right now. I think we should be trending. We should be as we're speaking, as we're starting this conversation. I have over 600 of you on the platform right now. So please, I need 600 times 2, which is 1,200 tweets right now. Multiple tweets with APC is a terrorist party. Please make those tweets with postpone the Nigerian census 2023 and conclude tribunal before May 29th. These are the 3 most important hashtags that we must trend before the end of this piece today. As what did you say?
Terrorist organization.
Terrorist party organization is the same thing now.
That's fine, bro. No worries.
All right, thank you, bro. So please, guys, I need all of you to make this tweet for us right now. Let's trend APC is a terrorist party. Postpone the Nigerian census. Do not just retweet it, please. Make tweets yourself. Post tweets. And also, yes, if you want to make tweets about this, please on your VPN and make tweets and post it, because when you on your VPN and throw up these tweets, it tends to trend globally and faster. If you get me. So if they try to gag it in Nigeria, it's trending in Mozambique. If they try to gag it in Mozambique, it's trending in Netherlands. If they try to gag it in Netherlands, it's trending in Germany. Try to gag it in Germany, trending in America or UK or somewhere. So please, guys, on your VPNs and make this tweet for us. Couple of tweets as the space goes on. Let it be that before the end of this space today, we are trending APC is a terrorist party. Postpone Nigerian census 2023 and conclude the tribunal before May 29th. Please and please, it is very, very important. All right, guys, let's jump real quick into the Buhari scam. My people. Buhari latest scam. Buhari is about to hand over power. In the space of in less than 2 months, Buhari will be dumped will be relegated to the bins of history forever. But in this period, while they are trying to put so many news in the airways to distract us, as we have always been saying, so many distractions. What are they hiding from us? We have been seeing all sort of figures being thrown out there. From the census, $1.8 billion. That's approximately over 890 billion naira. So if we are crying that Yakubu Mahmoud spent 355 billion naira for the sham of an election he just conducted, my people, NPC are planning to spend or have budgeted to spend 890 something billion naira for a census that they want to count us in 3 days. What Yakubu Mahmoud could not count 25 million people in 5 days. NPC said they will count 200 and something million people in 3 days. And this is how much they are budgeted to spend. And while we're still coming out from that space that we had on Tuesday, where this was exposed by our brother Chima that came up here, I woke up this morning. Sorry, before that, we heard about the fire truck that the Hadiri man bought. At how many billion? I think 1 point something billion per truck. And I'm reeling my head across all these figures. And the next thing, S6 woke me up this morning and said, Saddam, another one has happened though. That these guys have budgeted, have collected loan. Hi God, this day, it is the audacity these guys use to take these loans that breaks my heart every time. They have collected loan of $800 million that they want to share for Nigerians as giveaway. They want to give people give away $800 million as Nigerian giveaway for subsidy palliative. Someone just reminded me, sorry, $1.8 billion. Hey, oh my God, I reduced them. $1.8 billion is approximately 1.2 trillion naira. These guys don't still come up for billions. APC have finished stealing billions. They are not at trillions. This is the final cash out. This is the final heist from the Buhari government, clearing out everything that they can clear. So, my people, you see, when we say this all the time that APC is a terrorist organization, it looks like we're just coming out to say so many things here. And say it authoritatively with my that nobody, apart from their families, will collect 1 naira. They might go to some villages and share 5K and put it in video. Channels TV, share will now analyze it for us. And go to NTA, use their low budget cameras and show it that they have shared $800 million as palliative for Nigerians. You can just quickly do some, and hopefully in essence submission, he will do some breakdown for us. What $800 million can do for a country. What $800 million projects can do across Nigeria. So you see this party called APC. You see how much we should, as a people, make sure we end everything that has to do with this party. Everything. We should not, there should be no pity, there should no pity. Don't allow anybody gaslight you. Please do not reduce your voice. If there's anything that has brought us this far, is that we have been loud. Obedience, we have been freaking loud. Do not reduce your volume for anybody. Not Wole Soyinka, not Kingsley Moghalu, not even my father. If my late father comes from the grave and says, he go collect. There is no sacred cow, not even Peter. For some of us, this is about our lives. You understand? It's our lives are at stake right now. So please, I don't want that gaslighting level. I'm going to, at the cost of our space, I'm going to play a whole lot because I've been seeing so many people coming out to say that we should not attack, Wole Soyinka. We should not attack Kingsley Moghalu. We should not, like we attack. Do we attack? I asked that question. I said, I have never seen one day obedience just woke up. Please, Vawulence space. So I've been running this space for about 10 months. Please, have we ever one day on this space, open space, and say, let me find one inconsequential person now?
Sorry.
That one is a dead. That one said not even fully for inconsequential. You want to make the word inconsequential consequential. Please, let me find someone in this government. Please. Have we ever for one day open space and attack in Gige? Or let's say, have we ever open space for one day and attack even the present thief that is the Minister of
Lai
Finance?
Mohammed.
Even Lai Mohammed thief.
Even fire me of the APC.
Even fire me. Or Fashola.
Or Sibajo gone, the worst to say is the BDSM pastor.
God bless you, or Sibajo. Have you ever seen any violence? Have you ever seen any? I will play Osibanjo's tapes here today. We have never for one day as obedient just stand up and say, today, make we go find Osibanjo trouble. Monkey go to sleep. Trouble come with him. Lion go to chew.
Fine.
Do you understand? They find palava. We go there one with the day. Ekweremadu go open his mouth. Wow. Obedient this, obedient that. Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that. We go respond. Obedient and brutal. Obedience go there on our own. Fadambaka go put him back. Wow. Obedient this, obedient that. Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that. Boom, we go respond. Obedient and brutal. Obedience go there on our own. FFK. These people, what do they call this? What they call this clown? Keyamo. Go attack. We go boom. We go reply. The only thing that we have been doing in this movement has been responding. If you insult me and I insult you back, how I insult you is irrelative. If you say my head is big and I say your papa head is big, if you pay you, now your business because you freaking insulted me first. So I don't want that nonsense gaslighting that any idiot or any person come out and say, obedient to our insultive, obedient to our this. Please, we have never for one day started any war of words or attack on any person that have not come for us. If you have done that, I have never. I'll be chilling on my own. This man will go smoke Igbo, carrying white hair, come go talk nonsense about Peter, talk nonsense about us, name us fascists. And you say we should keep quiet? That we shouldn't talk about it because he wrote novel. Because he's a writer. Because I tell him I write book. I am writing my own book. Now my colleague for literature with the right book, he know right. I am publishing my own self this year. If I say nonsense, don't come insult me, because I the right book. Please, we should not condone any nonsense, please, people. No, but we are not respecting of individuals. We have a country to save. And if you come in front of us, we go jam you. Jealousy has fooled this man throat. Case Lemogalu, he cannot even breathe anymore. Jealousy don't fool his throat. He don't get neck anymore. His head don't join to his shoulder. Jealousy of Peter go look at his latest picture. No more neck from his head to shoulder. He don't join. Jealousy don't choke him. Make you know go kill himself or make person go advise him. Let him not kill himself. He can never be half the man Peter is. Even so, will they get more votes than him for 2019? So will they pass Kiss Mogalo for vote. Hey, that's mad. When I see the results, so will they 33,000. Kiss Mogalo 12,000. I won't lie. I know. Now you go. They compare with Peter. Peter will win 19 states. Peter will get close to 15 million votes. They don't cut our vote finish. Cut them like our house brother. They cut them. Cut the vote. They cut our vote. Can't give us Peter gets 6 million votes. Now you compare with. So you see, jealousy has eaten up so many of these men. What Peter has done in the space of 10 months, they can never do it in a lifetime. In 10 lifetimes joined together. So when I spent all, you see why I don't respect activists. You see why I don't respect activists. You see why I don't have respect for activists. You're activating for something else. You know what your activism is for. Look at Wole Soyinka. Wole Soyinka is the reason why we have cultism in Nigeria today. If you don't know your history, go and check. The first set of he started cultism in Nigerian universities. Go and check you can't read your history because we don't read books. He is the one that brought in cultism to our higher institutions. Is who is now talking about fascism. He has been in bed with politicians for so long that he has forgotten that he's so talented as of a man that he should just keep quiet when he's not meant to. He's not meant to. When you're not meant to say something, Father, you keep quiet. I respect the work you have done, sir, as my senior writing colleague. But every other of your opinions, sir, have been nonsense. You kept quiet. APC turned the last elections to a killing field, a butchering floor, turned Lagos to an abattoir. Market everywhere. Like saying na ram and cows, then they kill. They butcher people. People died in Lagos. You did not say pim. The same party you brought to power in 2015. So you were the ones. I have videos. I have pictures. You open your mouth. That time your white hair plenty past now, safe. You were calling Jonathan's wife a hippopotamus. The same you, Wale Soyinka. The same you were in that party that I will play videos for them just to listen here today. You were the same you were in the same party when Osibanjo that was nobody before 2015. Had the guts and effrontery to go on live TV to say, if the elections is rigged, we'll form a parallel government. We will play it here for Nigerians to hear. Peter has never uttered any word in public or in secret that anyone can point to and say, this is Peter saying this. He has always called for peace. Go to court, Peter. I've gone to court. I know how much obedience I've been screaming, protest. Peter always want to say, no, do not. Even the first video of Peter after post-elections was a video of him going on a jet. And one Nigerian was asking him, so I want to pray. He said, no, be calm. That video is viral. These men have always maintained peace. Therefore, Yakubu Dati to come out and say that swearing in an unconstitutional government is anarchy and end of democracy. You call him a fascist. You call all of us. We call all fascists. No, sir. No. I will not disrespect you to call you what I want to tell you. But respectfully, sir, stop smoking Igbo. Reduce it. So my people, as we move on the platform today, I beg you guys, please, as I'm saying here, I want you guys to retweet the space, share the space. Please retweet this hashtag. Make use about the hashtag. For Kingsley Mogalu, my brother Savik said something that he's positioning himself for maybe in their dream world, because in Nigeria, where a criminal drug law will be present, will never happen. That Nigeria will not happen. A criminal drug lord will never be president of Nigeria. If they want to go and form their own Nicaragua or Cuba, they can go and form their own country where a criminal drug lord will be their president, but not Nigeria. We are a country of sane, intelligent minds that should be led by sane, intelligent people. Nigeria must work for all of us, or it does not work for any other person. Finally, People's Gazette. Peter Obi no dey go court. Peter Obi no dey go court. But if he go court, Peter Obi na who I go use? Peter Obi na Arsenal in 2004. Peter Obi na Arsenal in 2004 unbeaten. You know they lose. You stayed, allowed a paid hack come up on your platform, use your platform to spread fake news, fake voice recording about the man. A man that all through his campaign, he has been going out, doing his thing up and about, just campaigning, going across the country, speaking to Nigerians, real Nigerians. That challenged the establishment. A man that challenged a terrorist organization. Do you understand, to challenge the terrorist in his own domain, and told the terrorist organization, including Ahab, that King Ahab, Buhari, if you see any death on me, I will stop campaigning. Ahab has the DSS. They are here on this platform listening to us. Ahab has the NIA. Ahab has the DIA. Ahab has the military. Ahab has the police, EFCC, ICPC, civil defense, including NYSC.
FRSC too.
FRSC, name all of them. All of them are under Ahab.
Telecommunications and Pantami.
Thank you. NCC. Ahab has all of those things in his disposal. And from information that we have had for the past 3 years, since 2019, when Peter Obi had that stellar performance as a deputy, as a VP to Articulator, Since then, all eyes were on this star boy. They say, who be this guy? We come out challenge us like this because that was when people started following Peter 2019. People say, who is this guy? They paid attention, the establishment paid attention to this guy and say, they started monitoring the man's calls and everything. In a space of 4 years, you tap the man's line, listening to his calls, both national and international. He makes his mandate open and challenge you. If you have any debt on me, bring it out and I'll stop campaigning. And in the space of 9 months, not one debt. I know people that were going to this place when this useless gossip waiting they call them for Instagram, Instablog, I mean they call them Instagram, abi. They come and talk say when he was they I don't know whether it's a he or a she that was doing know your candidate was exposing Amoda the drug dealer. I was saying that I have more information on other candidates too. After Amoda opened another one snatch. After people were not coming in. Even one of my sister, I'm sure maybe she'll come back here and confess. She said, hey, Saddam, are you sure this Peter will be that is for gossip meal? I think gossip, what's the name of that this thing, please? That blog. What they call that blog, please? Is that blog, wait till you fight. Where you fight, when you finish that blog.
Gist lover.
Gist lover, God bless you. Thank you. That blog, then the blog say, he get debt on everybody, all the candidates. The person say, hey, Saddam, this is Peter B saying like this now. After Tinubu, no, they will expose Peter B. What is the debt about Peter B? What's the debt about Peter B? I also gotta say, Peter B open his mouth and tell you if you have any debt, bring it out. Bring it out. Then it is this lover that you're scared of. When did this lover want to know? They say, no. Say every story just about to do it. We waited till after elections. Hello? Have you heard this lover say anything about Peter? There is nothing. You can search and search and search. If a man is clean, a man is clean. A clean heart fears no accusation. Baba na sent to be. There is nothing to be worried about with that man as a candidate. There is nothing. That time when we come, people are going to say, when that thing going to talk, people are going to say, I know it's not a cent. Shall waiting. Shall come on, it's a cent. If there's anything to prove that Peter is a saint, he has proven it already. That this party could not bring one death on this man. Baba na saint. My people. Peter na saint. So please do not get distracted when you see all these fucking criminals. And I'm so happy what happened. Because what happened this last period really exposed a whole lot of people. It exposed the agenda of a whole lot of people. They have been waiting for, I told you, he's not a saint. I told you, moment, that I got you moment. They have been waiting for it since. That they had to relay and put all their energy of I got you on a fake tape. And I'm going to wrap up my submission with telling People's Gazette, be ready to pay. For Peter to say he's taking you to court. Since Peter took Tinubu to court, have you seen Tinubu in public? Have you seen Tinubu in public? Since Peter said I am going to court, you don't see Tinubu for public? You don't know. You don't know what's about to hit you. People's Gazette. Wherever you go and hide, they will smoke you out. Welcome, my people, one more time to the Vawulence Space. Thank you very much. I think I've spoken for that long. I will talk again for a very long period of time. So please, I'm going to just indulge all of you and plead with you guys one more time. Please make tweets for us. At the end of your tweet, please tell us why APC is a terrorist party, and at the end of it, put the hashtag APC is a terrorist party. Postpone Nigeria Census 2023. A government that could not count anything right for 8 years has no business counting Nigerians virtually 1 month to the end of their tenure. APC has no business conducting the next census. Nigerians, our voices should be loud and very, very loud. And finally, we are calling on the judiciary to make sure they conclude this tribunal before May 29th. It can be done because we cannot stand to have a fucking criminal drug baron that has no certificate, that has used perjury all his life, become the next president of Nigeria. It is a call for anarchy and chaos. And we are calling on the judiciary to stand up as an organization and be counted. Every other organization in Nigeria has failed us. the judiciary, please do the right thing for Nigerians. Thank you very much, my people. Thank you so much for sticking with us and listening to my long rant. N6, my brother, you're welcome to the platform. If you're not busy, you can take it away from here. Thank you.
I'm ready. Hello, Saddam. How are you?
My brother, I'm fine. Welcome.
Yes, so Tumba, Jimmy, Zos, everyone, welcome to the Church of Violence. If you can hear me loud and clear, just give me a thumbs up emoji and I'll continue with my submission. You see, mgbe mmadụ tetere bụ ụtụtụ ya. It's a popular Igbo proverb saying, whenever a man wakes up, it's his morning. So a man can wake up to the realization of his problems, his enemies, or where he's being victimized and taken advantage of. If he wakes up in the evening, it's still his morning. Why am I saying this? I'm a man who loves facts and figures. Numbers have no emotions. And when you have numbers in front of you, it helps you to make better decisions and to know the gravity of the decisions you make. So just follow me very quickly to the book of Google. A very simple question that you ask Google first of all to start off the show. How many languages and tribes are in Nigeria? I always like to liken Nigeria to the United States of America because one time I found out that the US has about 300 plus, I think 310 million citizens. Nigeria has 200 million citizens, 200 million plus, about 220 million. Now, if the United States thinks that they can sleep on Africa's largest democracy and let it run to shit, especially at a time where the United States is having the guts to arrest a former president of the United States and a man who is actually liable to become the next president and who is a candidate for the next election. But if it happened in Nigeria or in any other country of the world, the US would be one of the loudest voices to say, it can bring anarchy to the nation. Nothing will happen. There have been so many evil rulers in this country, and we have told so many lies to ourselves. The MiddleBelt Awakening is very interesting. Google will tell you there are over 525 native languages spoken in Nigeria. I didn't say 525 tribes. I said there are 525 languages. You can actually put 525 different Nigerians in a room and nobody will understand the other if they do not all speak either English or one of the other languages that unify certain regions. Okay. Another Google search, just to make things quite easier. Nigeria is a very ethnically diverse country with 371 ethnic groups. Try and understand what these means. There are 371 ethnic groups in Nigeria, but 525 native languages. To tell you that even within some tribes, they don't speak the same language. I am an Igbo man. The Enugu people are jokingly referred to as Wawa people. Why? They speak an Igbo that nobody can understand. I schooled in University of Nigeria and Nsukka. The Igbo that the Nsukka people, what they call the Nsukka dialect, you will not hear one word if you're not used to it. Saddam knows what I'm talking about. They'll tell you, they'll say stuff like Imara. Imara is how are you? But the Igbos will say stuff like Kedu, which is still how are you? Imara. Things like that. And I remember this. So to make you understand how diverse Nigeria is, we have about 370 something tribes, but about 525 different languages. Okay, let's do further facts and figures. Now, you might not know this, but Nigeria is one of the most linguistically diverse countries in the world. The United States has 300 and something million people, but they don't have 520 something different languages spoken in the US. There are people in Nigeria who don't even speak English. Okay, let's make this much easier. To show you the significance of a quick Google search. How many tribes are there in Benue? Benue State alone has 7 main ethnic groups. One state. You're here in Lagos. And you are doing Yoruba fighting Igbo. If Benue State begin fight now, who go pursue who go their papa house? When there are already 7 major ethnic groups in Benue alone. The myopicness of the politics we play in this country, especially at Lagos State level, is hilarious. And they want to import this to federal. I laugh. When these people started playing the tribal politics game, I told one of my APC idiots, I said, one thing you guys don't understand is, when you open the Pandora's box of Nigeria, when you think, hey, a smart way to bring Peter Obi down is an Igbo man will use the anti-Igbo sentiment in the country, what you don't know is that you will expose the other tribes to the fact that what you are doing to the Igbos could be done to them someday. Sometimes they also warn in African parlance that do not throw a stone in the marketplace. When you throw a stone into a crowded marketplace, there is a high possibility you can hit your family member. If there is nothing the anti-Igbo sentiment proved in this country was when they victimized the Igbos, they victimized the Deltans, they victimized the Edos, they victimized everybody, even victimized some Yorubas as well. So everybody is now looking like, we are all Igbo in the eyes of these evil people. And it has also awakened the middle belt.
If you're not APC, you're Igbo now.
It's APC. It is APC. Alliance for Poverty Coalition. All promises cancelled. A total terrorist organization, to the point that APC gave us Buhari, who never went to school. Never went to school. Buhari compromised WAEC because he had no school certificate. WAEC had to print a lie and give to us. Then APC went not even from Buhari to somebody who at least went to nursery school. APC then brought us a candidate who didn't go to school at all, but is a drug dealer, with a vice presidential candidate who is a former Boko Haram founder. We are dealing with a terrorist organization. The United States woke up, and when John Gotti and the rest of the Italian crime mob family, they didn't give a damn that these guys had built cities like New York, Chicago, Miami. They had built cities in the desert like Las Vegas, in Nevada. America didn't care. America nipped them in the bud when they started venturing into politics. But you're here and you're watching a criminal drug and terrorist cartel take over Africa's largest democracy. 1 in 4 black people is a Nigerian. And you guys in the world are watching this travesty happen and telling us to trust our judicial process. Get this man the fuck away from Nigerians and bring our mandate back. This is something that should be discussed at the international level. Are you telling us that you're going to let Africa's biggest country have 16 years of useless leadership? Get this man the fuck out of here, nothing will happen. Buhari lost an election, killed more than 200 people, destroyed more than 80,000 pieces of property in 2011.
800 people died when Buhari lost the election.
800 people, sorry, I said 80-something people was it in Kano alone? 25 youth coppers. And Nigeria continued. Get Tinubu the fuck out of here and we'll sort this country out. Are you people joking? We have barely survived Buhari, joking, making us look like a joke in the eyes of the world. You can barely win a Twitter banter these days with Kenyans. What is this? 70%, 72% of the Nigerian population is below 30 years of age. We did not vote this clown. Go online. They cannot even trend the topic. Benue State alone has 7 major ethnic groups, namely the Tiv, the Idoma, the Igede, the Etulo, the Abakpa, the Jukun, the Hausa, the Igbo. Hello. The Igbo, the Akwaya, and the Nyefon. The Tiv alone, what? Okay. The Tiv alone take up 14 local governments. Now, what cracked me up about the TV people, I had to go and check them because this tribe is so widely mentioned in the Middle Belt. I now had to Google. I said, how many thieves are there in Nigeria? The TV language is spoken by about 5 to 7 million people in Nigeria, with a few speakers in Cameroon as well. And you want to tell me 7 million people should not have a say in this country? You want to tell me 7 million people are a minority? The Jaws alone of the South are 4 million. You want to call 4 million people? If 4 million people get up and fight the Nigerian army because they feel that they are being unjustly treated, do you think you can defeat them? Because we just keep taking this country for granted. We just get up every day and we go around and we party and we have fun and we listen to Afro beats and we don't understand that we're on a ticking time bomb. And it's just hilarious. I support the MiddleBelt Awakening. I support it. There was a plan in the beginning for equity and fairness. Everybody spoke Hausa. It was the unifying language of the Northern Nigerian Republic. It was a unifying language. But when you want to use that, when you want to use the welcoming nature of certain people, and unlike when the Igbos come and you do business and you buy property and you're fair and you intermarry, you start a genocide against these people, the breadbasket of the nation. You start to pull a Tinubu with their achievements. When you want to boast as North, you boast the North is the breadbasket of the federation. The this is the this is the this. This is the this is the this. The North is the breadbasket of the federation. You'll be claiming what the Middle Belt achieves. You'll be claiming what the Middle Belt achieves. This is wrong, and a lot of lies have been allowed to persist in this country.
All right, I think Essie, please just stop your background. I just want to, before we go on, I want to say this here. I'm bringing up someone that's from the Middle Belt. I think he will help us. He will help create part of the conversation also. I saw a tweet of one of my friends, one of my APC friends. I'm not, you people know who I'm talking about. And he said that he's from Jos North. He's Hausa from Jos North.
The PhD holder.
Yes, that is Hausa from Jos North in Plateau State. And I started laughing.
Yeah, my brother. Sorry, I had a parking situation where I am.
Please, so, no problem. Just a minute, Essie, please. Just a minute. Yeah. Coming, please. Thank you. So I'm telling them a story. So, and he said he's from Jos North. Me on my birth certificate, my birth certificate is written Jos South. So I said, should I now say I am an Igbo man from Jos South? Because they gave birth to me in Jos, Plateau State. And I saw his tweet where he was saying, GRV is not original location. So I say, you're probably from, God have mercy. You don't know where you're from. You don't come and be claiming Plateau State. The truth of the matter is that I will allow the
Saddam, wait, let me get to Plateau. Saddam, let me get to Plateau State. Saddam, just hold on. Let me get to Plateau State. You see, numbers helps us to understand this country better. Plateau State alone has 40 ethnic groups. There are so many ethnic groups in Plateau State that there are villages that we've not even researched for the names of some tribes. Let me blow your mind. Plateau State has ethnic groups, namely Tarok, Ankwe, Angas, Jawara, Birom, Mango, Fulani, Hausa.
If you call it, wait.
Okay, cool.
If you call her, make I call her so they pronounce her, because they give English. I go pronounce her.
Okay, sorry.
Go on. Not Angas, it's Angas.
Angas, okay.
Not Mangu, it's Mangu.
Mangu, So one state in Nigeria alone has 40 ethnic groups. 40 ethnic groups. Now, Plateau State is rich in sorghum, corn, potatoes, cowpeas, rice, fruits, vegetables. All right? Now, there are the 40 or so ethnic groups. Plateau State alone, the Jos Plateau side of Plateau State and Kaduna and a bit of Nasarawa State share some of these ethnic groups. They used to be called the Benue Congo. They have 15 million people. Now, there's some other tribes. There was a time they were pushing for something called Just State. Just State was meant to have certain tribes in it as well, about 15 of them, called Hausa, Anaguta, Bache Irigwe, and Berom. Berom people alone number about 4 million. Birom, I'm sorry, I might not be getting the pronunciation. Now, what is also mind-boggling is that there are also some people that consider themselves, there's a dichotomy called just East, just West, just North, and just South. In just East, there is a tribe that I've never heard about, but they are the predominant tribe. They're called the Afizere. They're also known as the Jarawa people.
Afizere.
Ha, bro, I have Googled everything on the Middle Belt. My brother, we need Peter Obi. We need Peter Obi.
Yes, want to blow your mind. Just do ChatGPT MiddleBelt. You'll be shocked. I've
We
spent the
need
last 2 days. God.
We are in Otumba, we are in trouble in this country. We are in trouble in this country. We cannot even do Bola Ahmed Tinubu. First of all, Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not have the temperament to handle 527 language speakers. Buhari has done. Do you understand? Let me make you understand something. These people have a problem. They have the guts to have a problem with one of the largest tribes in Nigeria. So what would they do to minorities? What would they do? Because by the time one minority is minister for CBN and they look for how to blame their usual APC blame game, they'll go and genocide your tribe. Nigeria will keep quiet. 7 million of you, 5 million of you, because they did this in the Niger Delta. They did it with the Jaws. They did it with the Shekiris. Middle Belt, please awaken. You saw Giraffe Neck, Bashir El-Rufai, tweeting the only Middle Belt I recognize and put a man that was wearing so many belts. Let us know how many we are. I also heard something very important, that tribe and religion has been removed from the Nigerian census. I was not meant to divulge this information, but I heard that since Obedience started this thing, they've removed it. I now said they will remove it. Before you know it, results will come out and they will put it with their own fixed numbers. So just mark this thing I'm telling you guys now. Because what I heard is that they have removed tribe and religion from the equation. They've removed tribe and religion.
Yes, me, I've always said something. The census is what Anambra should be ready for 300,000 people. Because everything I go
You
through
know, and it's so unfair what these people are doing. So they're Middle Belt.
Anambra will get more voters than people.
Yes, so be ready. They are ready.
Yes. No. Let me explain something, Otumba. When a people agree to come together, one tribe are herdsmen, one tribe are farmers. It was agreed that you can eat certain this. We have a trade-off. You live on the plateau, you this. You don't come to my field during harvest season. You feed off the produce, the byproduce from the agricultural harvest. We had that symbiosis. Everybody spoke Hausa. Where in the world have you ever seen a tribe with a hyphen? Hausa Fulani. Where in the world did a tribe integrate with another tribe? And Igbos have married Yoruba for years and there's no Igbo Yoruba. There's no Igbo Yoruba. But they allowed this level of integration to the point that there was a hyphenation in between two tribes, with one of the majority tribes not even being a majority Nigerian tribe, if we are to tell ourselves the truth. That is how welcoming the people of the Middle Belt are. They do not deserve this genocide that they've been going through, especially while it is not being looked upon as them suffering for their hospitality. But I will leave Benue and Plateau and go to Buhari's latest scams. I've told people that even Bola Ahmed Tinubu and APC, their APC youth, the other day, one of your ministers stole 12 billion naira and told us that he used it to buy fire trucks. He is the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika. He looked at the entire problems of the Nigerian aviation industry and felt that the best way to spend 35 million United States dollars, aka 12 billion naira, was to buy 10 fire trucks. 10 fire trucks. That was what a minister. I need to understand whether is there somewhere the office of the citizen can sue ministers and sue presidents for blatant embezzlement of the Nigerian funds? Because the problem with this country is not a lack of money; it is the spending. With all the toilets and all the faulty, smelling latrines, they've not solved all those things. It is to buy 10 fire trucks. Before you know it now, airport will start burning all over the country just to justify those fire trucks, as if we are daft, as if we are not Nigerians and we don't know how these things work. And I had to ask all these APC boys. You saw their stupidity. One of them came, hey, and started posting. Hey, you don't know that one fire truck is what the most expensive fire truck. It's what I sent him a message. I said, you don't see that you are now running mad. You don't see say you are now a mental patient. A minister in your administration bought to use 12 billion naira. Minister of Aviation. He has not gone to tar all the aviation runways in this country. When you enter local flight, before takeoff, pothole full everywhere. He has not tarred all of that. He spent $35 million on fire truck. And you went to Google most expensive fire trucks to fight obedience. You don't see that you are now running mad. Tomorrow now, EFCC will catch him for that fire truck now. You will now look like one mumu. Where are the APC spaces discussing Hadi Sirika's excesses? But if people open space discussing Peter Obi's fake video, you know, sister, APC don't they carry on and they go young statesmen and Jagaban army. APC don't they carry on and they go where on and no. In 3 days alone, since the last Violence Space, I always need to remind you people that Violence Space is a series that Nigeria should be on Netflix. Violence Space has now brought it to you people live and direct. And we discuss Nigeria 8 to 10 hours every 2 days. And Nigeria's story, no, they finish. And Nigerian president and the Nigerian ruling party will still commit so many crimes in between 48 hours that the next Violence Space will take 10 hours of discussion and we won't exhaust it. In 2 days alone, Buhari collected loan. I showed Saddam $800 million from IMF. $800 million. We have been here shouting that the protest that is going to come in Nigeria when subsidy is removed, just in case you're a foreigner, you don't understand what happened in this country. The Nigerian government, Nigeria is the highest, one of the highest deposits of crude oil in the world. The Nigerian government embezzled all that money and created this fake scheme so that Nigerians won't burn the country down. They subsidize the crude oil. They pay some parts of it so that it's cheap for Nigerians. It was not sustainable then, it's not sustainable now. Now, one of the most intelligent things we could have done all this while was to take our oil and gas industry serious, built more refineries, or at least invested more in rail transportation and things of the sort to aid public transportation, to really stop Nigerians from disturbing themselves over driving their own cars. Our government greedily did not do this. We are taking away subsidy, and it's projected that the minimum that a litre of petrol will go for is 750 naira. Now do this math with me. Muhammadu Buhari's bright idea, him, his APC, Oshibajo, their total economic committee, their bright idea to cushion this thing was to go and borrow $800 million from the IMF and share the money amongst the poorest of Nigerians. Technically, that money will amount to 7,500 naira per person if they actually shared it to 200 million Nigerians. If subsidy is projected that 1 liter of fuel will be 750 naira. So the government is telling you that they will help you buy 10 liters of fuel every month, and that's it, Abi. That's the best they can do. APC youth, you people heard this news, and you're not even burning the country, then you're waiting for obedience to fight. Then you come on Violence Space and be fooling our space with numbers. I want to ask you, if Buhari spends that money and buys 360 buses or 3,600 buses and shares 100 buses to each state in this country to aid public transportation when subsidy starts, is that not a fucking brighter idea to do with $800 million? So that at least when subsidy starts and we can't afford it, we cannot enter bus.
Or
Is that not a brighter idea?
N6, you can build modular refineries for 15 million. 800 million, you will build. That's
I
how
don't
many?
even want to, Baba, I don't want to touch refinery again. Let me help MC Oluomo. Let me help them. Let me help MC Oluomo. They steal money from the transportation industry. Okay, APC, please. There's a way to spend money in this country that you will still steal more money. I know the sectors you're interested in, transport. Put $800 million into transport, for God's sake. Because you dimwits are going to start going to Google to defend why sharing $800 million to Nigerians like our Majiris is the brightest way. And then will they share this $800 million every month? Is that not another subsidy again? It costs $50 million to build a world-class hospital. If you take out $150 million from that $800 million and build 10 world-class hospitals, would you not have subsidized healthcare in this country once and for all? And then you can embezzle the remaining 650 fucking million. I don't care. What is going on in Nigeria, for God's sake? This just in 2 days alone. Minister for Aviation embezzled $35 to $38 million on 10 fire trucks. Buhari is planning to embezzle $800 million sharing palliatives to Nigerians during the subsidy. God in heaven. And then we are planning a census where we are planning to spend 1.9 to 2 billion United States dollars counting Nigerians in 3 days. In 48 hours alone, Buhari has planned how to siphon at least 4 to 5 billion United States dollars from Nigeria on frivolities. So far, it is only 10 fire trucks out of everything that we have seen so far. 10 fire trucks out of $5 billion projected to leave this nation's economy. Look, my people, APC, PDP, when you people are tired, Wole Soyinka, your hair never begin grey. By the time you put this your Bola Ahmed Tinubu and APC Pro Max, Buhari 2.0, your hair will fall off. Your hair will, I promise you, you have alopecia. Enjoy your afro while you have it. You will pull your hair out. You think it's me you are doing? You are calling obedience fascist. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You wrote novel the time that Nigerians know plenty. Come write novel now. Come write all those sensibilities of sensibilities, intensibilities of tangibilities. Come write them now. Write novel now. Write them. Drop your novel the day Chimamanda go drop Purple Hibiscus. No, who go read The Lion and your book where they force people to read for secondary school. The Lion and the Jewel. Where? You the one who? Till today they do things fall apart. Till today. Today. Everywhere where go, I googled Wole Soyinka. I was embarrassed. I just dropped my dossier on him. A confused man. Fought for democracy as a youth. Then you're seeing a youth movement and you're hating. All of now block us. Now block us. Peter Obi, I love him. You hold all of now go die for your hand. Keep it up. We are all fascists. I'm even embarrassed. With all your lexicons, you couldn't find stronger nickname for us. You know, they see people where they call us obedient, obidog, obedience, obidiot. You know, see those ones are creative. There was a time Kogi people called us Nanu. Some nicknames have even fallen off. You just call fascist, idiot, fascist. In 2023, no, we don't find better Agbero nickname give us. Maybe we know say you hold us for mind. Then Kingsley Mogalu, hater Oshi. You are just hating that the people didn't give you the anointing. They rig. Now still 6 million people come out. 6 million people did not buy your Lamba then. They didn't buy it now. 6 million people didn't buy it then. Matter of fact, when they did the coalition of third force candidates, even in the third force, they didn't buy your Lamba then, Mogalu. They voted for Ladurotoye. They didn't buy your Lamba then. They are not buying it now. You're calling us uncultured. Baba, add your nickname to the lexicons. Adam. Uncultured. Oh yeah.
Heavy Johnson man.
We are not afraid of you people. Now the handshake has crossed the elbow. God bless the Nigerian Middle Belt. Have pride in yourselves. The Berom alone are 7 million people. You are not Fulani. You are not Hausa. Even Hausa, make we know who be Hausa. Hausa. You said we be Hausa. Answer your Hausa. You, if you're Fulani, answer your Fulani. There's pride in this country. We are not saying this from a malicious angle. But let us have pride in each other so that nobody can get up and insult anybody. Let us have pride in each other so that nobody can get up and say, your name is Chinedu, and you don't have right to Lagos State. We are all Nigerians. And so that you can bring humility to Lagos as well. Your puffing shoulder. You are Lagosians. You shouldn't come to Lagos. And then what would they do in Plateau where there are 40 tribes? 40 tribes and 52 languages. What would they do there? When you really know about Nigeria, it should humble you. And it should humble you. So please, I beg you, ignore the children of families where necrophilia and hemophilia happens. Ignore these children of incest. When you look at their physical features from their neck to their shoulders to the words that come out of their mouth to their height, you will know that these are children of incest. You listen to the words that come out of their mouth, how they fight people, you know that they are dogs, literally in Agbada. So when you should just ignore them. March on to glory. There is a MiddleBelt Awakening that is happening. There are maps being drawn of Nigeria right now that signify the truth of this country. Some people will get up and say, they cannot. We will decipher this to Hausa and share in the cannot. But it says 82% of Nigerians from the core north are poverty ridden. If the core north can solve its poverty issues, Nigeria will be looking better on certain international indices. They will never transfer that to Hausa to their people. It's mischievous fake news. The core north does not deserve happiness. I said one of the biggest problems Peter Obi started was that I'm going to help the people of the north. I said that's where Peter. Now there your problem will start. These people are being imprisoned, chained, and held down on purpose. It better say if you get plan for not. Don't do like say you get plan for them. Because then you find out that there's a conspiracy against the people of northern Nigeria. A conspiracy to rob them of their identity, their land, their achievements, and the God-given resources that is under the earth and on top of the land in the Middle Belt. So Middle Belt, please continue. You used to have a republic before. You have pride in yourselves. Have pride in your names. I worked in Cool FM. I worked with a colleague called Tieng Giang. That name be like Chinese. Is a very big broadcaster today.
Not Birom. Gang, Birom. Not Birom.
I've worked. I had a friend in. I had another friend in Cool FM, very popular OAP in Port Harcourt called Yop Ruang Pam. Very popular lady.
Birom, also Birom.
I know their stories. Yop, Y-O-P, Yop Pam. I remember these beautiful names. I love the Middle Belt. My mother, I've never said this. My mother in Plateau State. My mother grew up in Jos. There is a street in Jos. My mother, out of PTSD from the war, my mother has never passed that street. But she tells us about the street. The street is called Dilimi Street in Jos. If you people are in Jos and you know this street, tell me about it. Why? My grandfather was the biggest landlord on Dilimi Street. He had over 4 properties on that street. I heard it's like the Awolowo Road of that place. I don't know. It's a big street. And that after the war, they took his properties and did not return it to him. And in anger, he never went back to Jos. That was how my mother's family, everything they owned in Jos, from being one of the richest Igbo men in Jos. My mother can go to Plateau State today, but she would never drive past a street called Dilimi Street. This is a family secret. I really shouldn't say it here, but to show you how deep some of these things run in certain families, how much Nigeria has wronged certain families, how much Nigeria has wronged certain families. We have the documents, but no wahala. We move on as a people. We move on as a people. Peter Obi's missile. So just remember that in the last 48 hours, Buhari has set down scams for $5 billion worth of Nigerian money to go into frivolities. That is one. APC, I leave you people to go and ask your president, or to at least give your president ideas on what to do with $800 million that will be better than him sharing it to all of us. If you people are not bastards. If you people are not bastards. If you people are not bastards, I will tell you to go and tell you people to go and hold your president, to go and hold Hadi Sirika. Because if Hadi Sirika says that the best place he could have spent 12 billion Nigerian naira in the aviation sector was on 10 fire trucks, you people must be bastards if you tell me that that is normal and that is what defending. And you tell me that that's the best idea the Minister of Aviation could do with 38 million United States dollars. So I will leave that for you guys and your conscience and your goddamn terrorist organization of a party. Because while you're about to bring in a drug dealer, the crackhead general that you people put there already, a man who usurped Nigerian democracy in 1982, is still running riot with our finances. He's still there running riot. He's planning a census that nobody asked him for. And he's about to spend 2 billion of Nigeria's money on a census.
No, I guess it's $2 billion, so close to $2 billion.
$2 billion. That's what I'm saying. $2 billion of Nigeria's money on a census nobody asked Buhari for. Buhari has been incompetent in everything down to his marriage. So please, I beg you, Buhari, stop. Don't do anything for Nigeria again. Thank you. No more project. Don't spend our money again. If you want money, Buhari, just collect $100 million from Nigeria. We dash you. Go and flex it. Don't think up any scam to steal our money again. Just leave our finances the way it is. Please. Please, I don't know how to beg this man more than this. It's $5 billion. We're not the US. We're not China. We're not even producing anything as a country. So let me leave that one. People's Gazette, I'm sorry for your account balance. I'm sorry for your account balance. I pity the workers you will lay off. My candidate, my daddy, my oga, he know they carry people go court, but if he carry you, he know they lose. So I commit you, whoever, Gundikpe, Oshindi, whatever, I commit you and your account balance into the hands of God. Because you have gone to touch Tiger's tail. I don't know how you want to tell me you don't know that illegally rigging somebody's telephone, then publishing it is first a crime, then to actually now publish a fake phone call. So person called me, so somebody came to your radio station, brought phone call, told you this is a phone call of one of the leading political candidates in this country, talking to one of the leading church general overseers in Africa. You heard that nonsense call. Yes, daddy, no, daddy. Daddy is a religious word. Daddy, you heard it and published it with your chest. I am an Igbo man, and slowly but surely, I understand how you people, you wicked formal media, took the actions of some random soldiers and painted it as the Igbos and caused genocide. Every day, it becomes clearer to me how you people push these wicked narratives. At least there's social media today. We can come and we can have a room of 1,000 people and plead our case. Imagine then when the only news was from newspaper and television, not knowing that the people on the newspaper and the television that were meant to uphold truth were all God-forsaken demons. And Nigeria went up and went to war and butchered their fellow tribesmen and held anger and grouse with them till today. It is so clear to me. The same channel's television that published a documentary, Tinubu Arising, Tinubu Awakening, is the same channel's television that trying to form equity and fairness brought that APC flagged them 5 million naira fine. You see why you must stand on the side of the truth. Channels now go they regret. People's Gazette, you people have been moving as if you want to take over from Sahara reporters in objective reporting. You can't look all the grains of corn falling around and said, oh, let's pick a grain or two for ourselves. Una don't land for court case. Just 2 grains of corn. 2 fake news grains. Hey, $10,000 advert money here. Naira Land took 12,000 naira and sold out the entirety of the Igbo race. Over 60 million people. Naira Land. Then he came to donate his 12,000 naira to his mother. That he's donating the money that he used as adverts to his mom and his family members and his lineage. He's donating the money for the travesty. When they are telling you, go and give the money to MiddleBelt Revival and tell him that it's part of the bills that he has paid for people that were injured in Lagos. Let him plank your head. God will punish all of you people. All of you people. And God will punish you people. I repeat, the current breaking news. Northern Nigerian youths plan nationwide protest over fuel subsidy. I repeat, when the riot that will come upon Nigeria from June the 1st will come, it will not be Peter Obi that will call for it. We have been saying it on this platform for the last 3 months. I have been screaming this because the numbers look frightening. I don't understand, even as I dare as a big boy, where I will get 7,500 naira to buy 10 liters of fuel. My commute is from Island to my site at this thing.
N6, don't worry. APC will soon remind you how much we buy gas in the US. That we spend $3 plus.
No wahala.
But they will remind us.
Otumba, while APC reminds me of that, I'll remind APC that there's nowhere in the United States where gas is on the rise, but the United States government takes $800 million and says they will share it as palliatives to citizens.
Not
to cushion the effects.
What I'm saying
and
is,
America did not burn down.
Yeah, I'm just saying right now, there's talks of OPEC cutting production, and you can already tell how, the government itself and people are wondering how they will, okay, either we increase licenses or we go to our reserves in Oklahoma and co. But Nigerians will watch APC youths come on Twitter and make threads. Dikpo Awojide will make a thread on how much they buy gas, how much gas is expensive in the UK. Just watch it. This is what they do. And I was supposed to give a submission based on I actually wrote a very wonderful tweet where talking about that and showing up, but I'm driving. But one thing I want to go to is there's something Dr. Ayo just sent to me right now, and I sent it to your DM. APCs right now, you know what they are cooking in the National Assembly. This is a second border closure, but this border closure is going to be worse. This is a brain drain border closure. So right now, they want to seek 5 years compulsory service to Nigerian by doctors before going abroad. See, we've always said APC, rather than fix the problems of Nigeria, rather than enact policies that would solve those problems, like for example, creating creating medical world-class medical facilities in Nigeria, working on better remuneration for doctors, so many things. APC would rather legislate Nigerian doctors to stay in Nigeria compulsorily for 5 years. Just rather than they do the right thing, they will use the law to do something.
The problem with APC is this. What they don't know is that Nigerians have a very wicked way of replying them. They'll just notice that nobody will just study medicine.
Yes, Nigerians will not get... Not even that.
They don't understand this country.
N6, no,
or they'll just go overseas to study medicine.
No, N6, just wait. This is what the world, what countries will do now. Countries right now, they are countries like Australia and Canada and co. They're usually shopping for doctors that have already been through medical school. Do you know what they will start shopping now for? Students that have interest in medicine. So this is where, see, APC would not solve. They will always treat the symptom, but not the cause. They won't treat the root cause of the problem. They will go to the symptom and try to put lipstick on the proverbial pig and say, okay, remember when they did the border closure for rice? Rather than APC spending money on rice production states and heavily investing, they said, no, we'll close the border. Then we'll not try to spend money on. So, see, Nigeria, we are run by a bunch of dumbasses. Like the thing I made. The whole Wole Soyinka stuff, we've always, I think there's a space that we need to have. We need to revisit that so-called pro-democracy fight. Recently, yesterday, this morning was when I Googled how Babangida appointed Soyinka as FRSC leader or whatever. He started the FRSC, Federal Safety Commission. And I was like, wait a minute. I thought this was fake news. So I went to Google it, that the Babangida really appoints Wole Soyinka. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is the same Wole Soyinka.
Nah lie.
He
Soyinka work for the
I
military.
swear. No, FRSC. Babangida appointed him as FRSC head. He was.
Wow.
Federal Safety Commission. Soyinka was working for the road. Now listen to this name I'm about to call. Soyinka was working for the road transport management in Oyo State. My brother, translation Agbero, in Oyo State, was when Babangida saw whatever organization and stuff he put in road management transport in Oyo State, and they brought him to be the head of Federal Road Safety Commission. So, and then I paused and said, wait a minute. You told us you were a democracy fighter. Same with Tinubu and co. But there's always a linkage, either by appointment or proximity or friendship with these so-called military heads. The same Soyinka that convinced us that he was a pro-democracy fighter somehow gets an appointment from arguably one of the most corrupt Nigerian military dictators. Babangida, how do you square both? How do you square both? Right now, it's like Peter Obi right now saying he's going to fight the structure of criminality, and then decides to go for Barton. Barton now becomes president. Peter Obi should say I'll become minister of economy or finance. How do you square both? You cannot say you are fighting the devil, and the next thing you have a seat on his table. It doesn't make any sense. And then fast forward, see, the same Soyinka. This is where you know there's a problem, and I'm a Yoruba, but this is why I'm saying it. I'm not taking away his achievement. He's a Nobel laureate. He's one of the most accomplished Nigerians in the world. But that doesn't mean jack shit. People fall from grace. There's a lot of people fall from grace. In USA, there are tons of examples of very successful people that, when they dig into their past, it's like, man, bro, you were a child molester, you were this, you were that. So that one is not new. So that idea that, because he was this most one accomplished. We're not talking his accomplishments. Whatever we say about Wole Soyinka today does not remove the fact that he was a Nobel laureate, which is a pride for Nigeria. But that also doesn't change the fact that he's anti-democracy. And I'll explain why.
You know, Gakoles Richard Kelly now.
Wait, not even that, my brother. Not even, you said you fought for democracy. Okay, you first have accepted appointment from Buhari, or from Babangida. Let's fine. In 2014, 2015, I won't lie to you. One of the people, or one of the reasons why I bought that Reform Democrat, hook, line, and sinker, was Soyinka whitewashing Buhari's image. Soyinka, Wole Soyinka, let me call it Wole Soyinka, the Nobel laureate, was one of the most important voices in advocating for Buhari's administration. So I now step back and think, wait a minute, Buhari's record that you were aware of in the 80s, Buhari took Nigeria to a recession. Buhari was so bad that he took a bloodless coup from Babangida and co to remove him. That's how bad Buhari was. You now came in 2014 as a learned with your wealth of experience. You're a pro-democracy fighter. And then you couldn't even pause and say, wait a minute. Even if I like this Buhari guy, Buhari represents is anti-everything I've stood for. You can't be a pro-democracy person and then turn around and support Muhammadu Buhari. So, see, it's just that sometimes we get caught up in so many things that we don't see things right in our face. You cannot be pro-democracy and support Buhari. See, if you supported Abu Salam Abubakar, I understand. Let me see again. If you supported Obasanjo handed it over to a democracy government, I understand. Aguiyi Ironsi, Aguiyi Ironsi and Muritala Mohammed, for example, there's world documentation of he wanting to hand over to democracy, which is what Obasanjo completed. There are military leaders that you can go on their line and say, okay, this guy, even though he was in the military, there's documentation of him supporting democracy or making steps. Obasanjo, even Babangida, as bad as he bad, Babangida still had inclining towards democracy. Even Abacha, you remember now, Abacha was still trying to go to democratic government, but he wanted to be the president. Buhari has no record. Who did Buhari take over from? Buhari usurped
Buhari was the only military leader that usurped a democracy. We were already in democracy with Shagari.
So my people, square this together. But you now say you're a pro-democracy fighter, and the person you support is the one Nigerian military leader that usurped that is, as shown over time, is anti-democratic. Do you know? See, Soyinka had to break into a station. It was in the 60s or 70s. Because of so-called government, Awolowo's government was is it actually Awolowo's government, whatever, was controlling the media, whatever, and had to hijack the radio and made them play his
Ladoke
speech.
Akintola had cheated the
Yes,
Awolowo government.
yes, to leave, so I must go. And I think about it. Do you know how much gagging Nigerian press has had under Buhari? I'm looking for interviews of Wole Soyinka condemning the Buhari government on gagging of the Nigerian media. Please, if you can find it, send it to me. Maybe my research method is not good. Maybe I'm getting blocked here.
You can't
I've
see
been trying
one.
to find.
You can't
I'm
see
trying
one,
to
my brother.
find where the so-called pro-democracy fighter stood up against Buhari government and spoke about. Even in that interview, he didn't condemn NBC for fining channels. That was not his problem. His problem was you know I like this country. They are libertarians. Their own goal is freedom of speech. A libertarian will tell you, I don't care if a white man says nigger. I don't care. I just want you to be able to say what you can say. If you're a pro-democracy, and one of the tenets of democracy is freedom to express yourself. If your problem should not be with Dati expressing how he feels about the country, you are not worried that they find a station for allowing Dati to exercise his freedom of speech. But you're more concerned about that what Dati expressed, which that is not wrong. The words Dati said were not wrong. That tells me all I need to know. But then again, APC as a terroristic party, David Udeyin had the thread about straw men and red herring. They will find right now. I'm waiting for a very years old. Fuck you. You guys what? I don't see. If you disrespect me, I will disrespect you back. It's equal footing. That's why I love this country. Whether you're a CEO, president, please. I know the Trump case.
Don't start no one be on.
Wait, I was reading the court transcript yesterday when Trump appeared. Do you know what the judge was calling Trump? Mr. Trump, defender Trump. See, how you feel about the arrest, I don't care. Once you like about the American system, once you get to that court, my brother, your name is Mr. They don't give a shit what you've done. You are Mr. You're a defender. You are not above the law. And I was trying to say, yes, sir. I'm like, what? That's how it should be. So whether you be Nobel laureate or whatever your name is,